asked him I challenged the call, challenged that he was hit by pitch, which in fact he was, and then it was brought back to me that it's not a reviewable or challengeable pitch, which any hit by pitch is reviewable. And I still to this moment don't know why that ruling came down. It doesn't matter what side of the baseball you're on, a hit by pitch is reviewable.
So it was a hit by a pitch, not a strikeout and a wild pitch. That's what.
Well, strike three, hit by pitch is automatic out.
Right.
So that wasn't the call, unfortunately, but it was what everybody saw on the big screen. It's what everybody saw, in the moment.
Beyond that, how much of an improvement did Drew show you today from his last start?
That was a big bounce back start for him. He was very good. He was much more efficient in the strike zone, swing and miss with a lot of pitches. He threw a good number of cutters today that was really effective against left-handed hitters in particular. But on a night where the conditions aren't ideal, he threw the ball exceptionally tonight. It was a very encouraging start from Drew tonight. That was good to see.
Going back to the bizarre play, did they say that they saw the ball hit him?
No. The home plate umpire did not see it in the moment. Felt like it was a wild pitch. Even asked if it was a foul tip, which he said no. We saw it as a hit by pitch, asked for it to be reviewed. They convened as a group. Apparently they didn't see it on the field, but it was clear that it was a hit by pitch and a swing and miss at the same time.
Talk about Xander finally snapping that home run.
Yeah, beautiful swing. I know a lot has been made about the home run totals or the lack of coming into tonight, but by no means were we ever asking him to try to pull the ball, drive the ball to the ballpark. They're going to come naturally. He's a very talented hitter. He's hitting for an extremely high average right now. They'll come, and tonight was the first of what should be more.
Is the feeling in there after 4 wins any different than it's been prior to that, prior to this streak?
No, there's growing confidence. I think anytime you win, there's momentum that is created. But even when we've been, win 2, give back a couple, win a couple, give back 1, this team has never been one that has lacked the belief in ourselves. But we come out, we played well this series, played against a team that's coming in here very hot. We pitched well. Tonight was just an outstanding display of pitching from the mound. Every guy that walked to the mound. So, we're in a pretty good place right now. But, we've got to have tomorrow's starter go out and set the tone right from the get-go, as our starters have done here on this homestand so far.
Have you been told anything about MLB's replay booth acknowledging mistake and awarding 4 strikeouts to Kimbrel? Tom Caron said that happened, but I don't know if that made it to you yet at this point.
I mean, it has to be a strikeout on a wild pitch if that's the way it's going to be ruled. So that's a 4th strikeout. Yeah.
Just anything on Pedroia?
He with the conditions tonight, Petey wanted to stay in the game, but made the decision to take him off the field. Didn't want to do anything, given what he's gone through in that knee. When they dump the tarp, there's a lot of water that stands behind second base, and when we're in an overshift, he's right in the middle of it. And while he could have continued, just wanted to be sure that this is more precautionary. In the conditions, he felt a little soreness, but he wanted to stay in the game, but wasn't going to take any chances with him.
With the 4 strikeouts by Kimbrel, you get 20 as a team tonight. I mean, you don't see that very often. You just talk about kind of...
a lot of powerful stuff to each guy that came in. Robbie Scott also chips in with 1, in a matchup situation. That's a good hitting team, and they can be explosive. But, again, Drew tonight with 11 and 6 innings. Kimbrel, he's been on such a run. Matt Barnes looks like he's really getting back on track, and that's probably one of the keys in tonight's game is that he's been so good in the 8th inning. Went through a little bit of a spell, but seems to be clicking right now. His delivery is much more in sync, seeing better power to his stuff. But each guy that came to the mound did a very good job.
What was the conversation before the game as your team's out there ready to start the game and they decide to go with the delay?
Well, apparently every radar didn't show rain that it was coming. Whether this was moisture that was getting blown in off the ocean or whatever the description was, it was turning pretty bad. And we're out there for the anthem, and the turfus the drying agent that they put on the infield, that was completely soaked before we even took the field or before the first pitch was thrown. And to me, the conditions were deteriorating quickly and was not going to put any player at risk. So the decision in the moment, they put it in our hands. What do you want to do? I said, well, I'm not going to put these players through this right now. It's too risky. So we waited 30 minutes to kick it off.